Yo,
We have so many.
just making a joke. I was just making a joke to a white guy about the Reds. You know that football team, whatever the fuck, the Reds, Redskins. I was like, he had a sticker of Redskins on the side of his truck, and I was like, yo, they coming for that next, bro. They coming for it. You know. At the end of the day, bro, we all a little prejudice. You know, we're all a little racist. We all have our stereotypes. We all a little homophobic. We all a little, you know, what is it? You know, full of shit. We all dealing with it. We all dealing with it. Like, yo, as much as I post about, you know, self-mastery and illuminism and all the like the shit that's going on in the world, and as much as I post about pornography, the dangers of pornography, the negatives of it, the negatives of eating nasty, you know, eating unhealthy, like all this crazy shit that I post about it, right? At the end of the day, bro, you know, I'm not gonna say that I'm a full-blown hypocrite, you know, that I be entertaining all this shit, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you know, I'm just as fucked up in the head, you know, in the spirit and in my intellectual and my body as the rest of y'all, yo. I'm just as fucked up as y'all, yo. I just put on these crystals, you know, to help me balance out these energy, because I haven't been wearing them for like the past week and a half, 2 weeks, and my energy has been out of whack. Like, I've had like my self-control, my you know, my energy's just been out of whack. But yo, like I'm saying, yo, we're all full of shit. All right, we're all full of shit, and if we don't accept that we're full of shit, then we're gonna remain filled with shit. The world is already shitty as it is, and it's as shitty as it is because, you know, there's a lot of us that are unwilling to become accountable, responsible, and honest with ourselves that, yo, I am full of shit. You know, I do fall short in a lot of places. I do fuck up, and, you know, as much as I want to share it with people, I don't want to share with people that I am fucked up. You know, that I fell off the wagon, that I, you know, that I tripped, that I whatever it is, you know. I've been dealing with this this whole semen retention, sexual transmutation. I've been on this path for about 2.5, 3 years now, and it sucks every time I fall off. Every time I fall prey to looking at the asses on the IG. When I do watch the porn, I'm like, yo, you know that what you're doing is wrong. But it's like, yo, we can do whatever the fuck we want, and our choices do matter, and then we got to deal with it. And if we don't deal with it, if we don't talk about it, if we don't address the problems, then they become harder to overcome, because we try to act like they're not there, but at the end of the day, they are there, right? It is when we try to pretend that something isn't when it really is, that the shit just becomes more overwhelming and harder to overcome. And so it is, yo, with this whole pedophilia agenda, you know, this whole Will Smith and Jada bullshit. Yo, fuck that entanglement bullshit, yo, all right? There's still kids disappearing around the world. There's still monuments going up in relation to this, and you know, to garnish that energy. There's still a homosexual agenda in our whole fucking society, and I mean it. I posted something the other day where I said, you know, there's a difference between being gay and being a homosexual. You know, and I was talking to somebody, like, recently, Dave Chappelle, during his last sitcom, he came out and he said, oh, I'm gay, right? But, yo, at the end of the day, yo, he's been talking a lot of shit about a lot of the stuff that's been going on today, right? And he got a lot of backlash. This is an example. He got a lot of backlash for talking about homosexuals and transgenders and the whole other, you know, everybody else in that community. So, you know, he was like, you know what? I'm fucking gay. Now, what the fuck y'all gonna say? You get what I'm saying? So, there's a lot of shit going on. Like I said, just because you have thoughts, that doesn't mean you have to entertain these thoughts. When it comes to, you know, drug abuse, you know, the traumas that you've dealt with, PTSD, if you got raped or whatever the fuck, you know, obesity, like whatever the fuck, whatever problem you got, you know, you gotta realize it. You gotta accept it within yourself that there is an issue, that there is a misunderstanding, that there is a lack of information, that there is a lack of wisdom necessary to kind of guide you in a better direction. You know, it's very easy to remain distracted and sedated and kind of lost in the limbo when we have so many distractions, when we have so many options, so many choices, so many untruthful opinions, and you know, so many things being pushed on to us through culture, through our governments, through the food, through the water, through the mediums of information. You know, we have a lot of things affecting us, you know, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Like, you know, we got bad education affecting our intellectual development. We have poisonous injection. Brothers and sisters, yo, it sucks, you know, it sucks. But we are in a spiritual war. We are being attacked from every direction, all right? And all of our foundation is being really being fucked with, you know. And when I speak about that foundation, you know, especially in regards to what's going on today with coronavirus and, you know, all this other shit, you know, it is affecting those seven spiritual points in our body, you know, from the crown chakra, you know, the coronavirus, the crown virus, you know, to our third eye, our vision. Our intellectual development is being affected by these technologies and the things that we continue to allow to entertain our time with, you know, our third eye, our communication. Can't nobody communicate. Our third chakra, you know, the thing that a lot of women keep having thyroid problems with and dying from. You know, all of this are being targeted. People are in fear. People are being blinded. People are being silenced through political correctness. You know, envy and hate is being generated, so our heart chakra is being blocked, you know, from being loving and accepting of others. We are being, you know, our solar plexus chakra that deals with giving and willpower is being taken away, right? Through the foods that we eat, through the things that we entertain. We're just greedy. We don't like giving. It's dog eat dog, you know. Then we go down to our sacral chakra. Like just look at Instagram. All of our young, beautiful women, they're literally selling their bodies. And, you know, as much as I love to look at titties and ass and pussy and all that shit, at the end of the day, that doesn't uplift me and it doesn't uplift my brothers and sisters, so I can't entertain those kind of things. And then we go to the root chakra, yo. We're literally just sitting, not doing nothing, no diligence, just procrastination. There's a lot, yo. There's a lot going on. There's a lot that we have to deal with. Not all of us have the answers. Not all of us have the perspective. Not all of us have the intellectual, the physical, and the spiritual development, you know, to kind of feel confident and comfortable and coming on these platforms and using them to the best of our advantages. You know, not all of us have been, you know, developing ourselves for years and years and years, specifically to do these kind of things that we didn't even know we were going to have to be doing. So this is what we're dealing with. These are also the things and the actions that we need to begin to start taking, and the things that we need to begin to start thinking about if we, you know, we do want to create solutions. And it is possible, but we have to believe it. And it's kind of hard to believe it when we live in a society that, you know, that is so politically correct and so hell-bent on silencing truth and disinforming and misinforming its citizenry, you know, its constituent, its public. So life, man, I'm learning, is about owning your bullshit and not trying to place blame on somebody else for things that, you know, we ourselves refuse to do for ourselves. We were each given, you know, an indomitable will, and can nobody take that from us. You know, if our body movement is restricted, then at least we have our voices. If our voices are restricted, at least we have our thoughts. And can nothing infringe or impregnate our thoughts unless we allow it. You get what I'm saying? This is why it's fundamentally key that we be mindful of the things, you know, the mediums and the information and the people that we allow to influence what happens in here. You know, you don't have to accept things that other people say. You don't.